performing the anthem tonight? Lisa Braxton with a terrific rendition of our national anthem as the 76ers and Magic meet tonight here on the Parquet Court in Orlando as the Magic go for their 28th consecutive home win. Well, friends, tonight's Magic starting lineups brought to you by Trail Lincoln Mercury, Central Florida Lincoln Mercury, and Longwood Lincoln Mercury.
And one forward, 6'10" from Syracuse, number 44, Derek Coleman. At the other forward is 6'6" from North Carolina, number 42, Jerry Stackhouse. At center, 6'11" from Clemson, number 4, Sharon Wright. And one guard, 6'1" from Hawaii, number 8, Trevor Ruffin. And at the other guard, 6'4", from Florida, number 11, Vernon Maxwell. The trainer of the Sixers is Kevin Carroll. The assistant coaches, Ron Adams, Maurice Cheeks, and Tom Thibodeau. The head coach of the Sixers is John Lucas. Our JCPenney starter honorary ball kids for tonight's game are Elizabeth Hanley and Shannon Becker. Thanks for helping us out tonight. Conference champion, Orlando Magic. And one forward, 6'10" from Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. And the other forward, 6'8" from Georgia Tech, number 3, guard, 6'6" from Illinois, number 25, Nick Anderson. And the other guard, 6'7" from Memphis State, number 1, Anthony Hardaway. And at center, 7'1" from LSU, number 32, Shaquille.
See from that picture, Shaq's in a fighting mood, and the Magic will try to knock out the 76ers early on in this ballgame. Let's take a look at Goose's keys to the game, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Partner, what do you think?
Well, I think it's important, Chip, obviously, for the Magic not to overlook this team. Big week for this team, and it would be easy to look ahead, but I think the Magic are ready tonight. Let's hope they can put this team away early. With this big week comes a need for rest, and be nice to get the starters some tonight if you can go right through Philadelphia. And then congratulations to this team on what they have already accomplished here this season. Extra congratulations should they win this ball game.
There's your matchups. What do you like? What don't you like?
Well, I think with Stackhouse in the lineup, it's important. He's been very, very hot lately. It's important to jump on him and not allow him to get going. Of course, Derek Coleman, will have to see how much and how aggressive he can play in this ball game. And then the front line for the Magic will need to have big ones.
All-time series, the Magic lead at 17-9, including 9 of 10 overall, 12-2 in Orlando. Tonight, Brian Hill goes for his 145th victory as the Magic head coach. His opponent, John Lucas, former All-American at the University of Maryland, great tennis player, great basketball player. And John, really a wonderful story about persistence. You all who may follow the professional basketball sporting game know about John's troubles off the floor and how he's fighting every day to overcome those. And he's really been an inspiration, Jack, to a lot of the players on his team who are fighting many of those same battles.
Well, he's had to deal with a lot of things, Chip. He went through a problem with drug abuse, and he has been able to overcome that. And since he knows what it's about, he's working hard, as you say, to help young guys finding themselves facing the same kind of problem.
Yeah, I think sometimes we forget this isn't always just about winning and losing. It's about molding young men And certainly John's done a great job of that. And remember, the last time he was in town, they were talking about firing him. Well, he's survived that. And now he tries to bring his 76er team into Orlando and pull off maybe one of the biggest upsets of the year. It's Hardaway against Ruffin. Stackhouse watches Shaquille find his way to the post, and Shaquille inside. Turnaround jumper, a beauty.
Well, that's a good way to start right there. You saw the double team coming. Shaq did as well. He turned to the baseline side, got the jump shot to go.
Sharon Wright playing with a sore ankle, about 80%. Drew the contact. Shaquille with his first foul of the game. So if Shaq gets in quick foul trouble, that might prove to be a daunting perspective. News from the front office brought to you by Office Depot. Big story, John Stockton tonight will try to break the record held by Sixers assistant coach Maurice Cheeks on the all-time steals list. There's Maurice. How many times did he pick your pocket?
Well, a lot, but he did that to a lot of people. The thing is, he's a very smart player. Played his game a lot like John Stockton, really on both ends of the floor. An excellent passer also. Pretty decent shooter from the outside.
Shaquille left his feet. Magic quickly moved the ball to Hardaway. Penny hangs, changes hands. No. Rebound fought for by Grant. And Derek Coleman with the rebound. 2-1. Magic have the early 1-point lead. Stackhouse out of Carolina. Vernon Maxwell stripped quickly by Horace Grant. Nice play, but 10 to shoot now.
You know, one thing about Coleman, he doesn't look as badly out of shape as everyone was talking about. I mean, I think he appears to be in pretty decent shape. They said he was over 300 pounds at one time, but I think he's done a good job of getting himself in halfway decent shape here.
10:48 to play. Horace Grant, who has been unconscious from the outside, keeps it up. In the month of February, Horace has shot 57% from the floor.
Well, that's it.
He gets his first here tonight.
That's a nice play right there, Chip, that pick and roll, and it comes in a lot of different ways for the Magic. That time, Horace Grant got the jumper.
Oh, Shaq reached in, got away with one, and Wright converts with his first field goal of the game. Right out of Clemson, as is Horace Grant, as is Tree Rollins. Nick Anderson wide open.
A lot of time for Nick. The rotation not there, and the Magic do a good job of moving the ball around.
His 114th three-point field goal of the year. 7-5 Magic lead with 2 minutes into the game.
An unselfish play by Dennis. He was as wide open as Nick was on that shot attempt.
Maxwell tried to answer. Magic want to run, as you heard Richie Adubato say in the pregame show with Paul. They think Philadelphia is a team you can get back on. Beat them up the floor. Dennis gave up the dribble and was caught with a 3-second call.
Well, Dennis couldn't get to the basket against Stackhouse. It appeared as though on that play at least, they're going to allow Stackhouse to play Dennis straight up. Normally teams will double team, but no double team came that time.
Maxwell feeds Coleman against Grant. Derek draws a big crowd, freeing up Stackhouse. Shaquille, big rebound.
Now, one thing Philly does a good job of is making three-point shots. They have made at least 5 3-point shots. Oh, beautiful. Philly has made at least 5 3-point field goals in 16 of the last 17 games.
Goose, isn't this one of those games for Penny where he can do pretty much whatever he wants?
You would think Horace Grant comes over and knocks that one away. Yeah, you would think so. The 76ers are small in the backcourt.
And it comes to Shaq, the catch in traffic, and Maxwell reached in and committed the foul.
Well, that's a beautiful move by Penny looking down the floor, but you'll see the foul here. And then Penny Hardaway with the drop step. Here's one of those moves, Chip, as you mentioned, this should be there all night for Penny. Ruffin trying to force Penny to the help side. Penny realized that, took the drop step to the baseline.
9-5, Magic the ball and the lead. Dennis looks into Shaq. Ruffin rushes to double team. Maxwell almost caught illegal. Nick penetrates. Dennis Scott. Horace Grant. To Shaquille. Everybody touched the ball, but the Magic couldn't convert. But Stackhouse knocked it out of bounds.
Well, the ball movement is what is really key, Chip, right now. This is another one of those games. A lot of things happen to your mind when you're playing against one of the lesser teams, and one of them is, it's time for me to get my numbers and be the superstar here tonight. That means holding on to the basketball a little bit longer. It has not happened that way for the Magic so far. Excellent ball movement. Should go to Dennis, and he should get the shot.
He needs 2 to reach last year's total of 150. From downtown. Magic by 7, 12-5, 8-12 to play opening period. Grant Coleman. Derek draws the double team. Morris cuts him off. Now in illegal defense on the Magic.
Well, it took long enough to come as both Dennis and Shaquille O'Neal was in the lane. Here's a quick look at it. Now watch Dennis. He'll never leave as both he and Shaquille stay right there. And that's where the call came from. Travel on Coleman.
So the 76ers turn it over. It is Philadelphia's first turnover of the game. Magic by 7. Hardaway wide open baseline. No look. To Shaquille.
Oh, that's great recognition, Chip. I tell you what, you spot a mismatch as Magic had on that play, as the Philadelphia 76ers did not play that one very well. Now watch right here as Nick gives the ball to Penny. What happened is Ruffin somehow got caught on Shaquille, and Coleman stepped out in the corner, Wright stepped out in the corner against Penny. And then let's watch the ball movement here. It goes to Nick. Everyone touches it. Now Nick held on a little bit long, but still enough to give Dennis a shot from the corner. Philly is so concerned with the double teams.
And the Magic continue to hit that three-point bomb. 201 straight games, just 8 wide. Ironically enough, the Philadelphia 76ers, who had Dana Barros for all of those great years. But another indication of the ball movement, Jack. 5 assists on the 6 Magic field goals here at the start of this game. 14-5, Orlando the lead.
You know, Chip, we talk all the time about you need to get that killer instinct and to try to put a team away. And I just think it's maybe more important here in this ball game. That's double dribble. Nope, somebody must have had a hand on it.
2 to shoot for Coleman, who can fire it away from out there, and he hit it.
But I think it's even more important, Chip, in this game simply because of the week the Magic have coming up.
Yeah, it's got the travel. It's a brutal week. Philly tonight, Indiana on the road, Milwaukee on the road, then Chicago on the road, then right back here to take on Miami on the 29th of February. 7 minutes left in the opening quarter.
And I think that's just is that a one-game homestand?
Yeah.
That trip?
Shaquille, the clean block. He'll bring it up the floor. Shaq keeps the dribble alive, takes it to the rack, coast to coast.
Well, should not be that easy, but I can't blame Philly for not wanting to get in his way when he has that much steam going towards the basket.
Maxwell fouled on a drive. Nick Anderson commits the foul, and the Magic take the timeout. 16-8 our score. John Lucas has yet to solve the Magic here on Sunshine. Magic by 8. 6:36 left in our opening quarter. Watch Shaquille on this play.
Well, he gets the rebound, and one thing Richie said, he thought they could beat this team down the floor. Shaq got all ball. And here he is. No one steps in front of him, as I say. That might be smart. Just let him go. Coleman never gets there, and Shaq takes it right on to the hole.
I'll look at our Shaq stats brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. A double-double for Shaquille last time out against Philadelphia. A game the Sixers put up a real good fight in. Lost 105-90 back on January 23rd. Horace Grant pokes it away from Coleman. Good defense by the man who does it all the time, Horace Grant. Magic by 8, approaching the halfway mark of our first quarter. Maxwell guards Anderson. Nick lost it out of bounds. Philly ball.
Well, you can see, Chip, though, the Magic have a lot of advantages here when it comes to one-on-one basketball. The particularly in the backcourt. The Philly backcourt with Trevor Ruffin at 6'1", Vernon Maxwell at 6'4". They're very small.
Stackhouse on the drive. Can't hit. Stackhouse suffered through a 4 for 17 game in Orlando when the Sixers were in town last. Shaquille head under the hole. Fade away right hand.
Let him catch it there. We've said it before. Very difficult to stop.
Well, he has been on fire, has Shaq, the last 3 Magic ball games, averaging 31 points and 11 rebounds during that span. Right now against Shaquille with a left hand, right, missed it short. Good Magic defense there. Magic by 10 are on the run. Hardaway behind his back. Wright tries to stop Shaq. Long-range jumper for him. It won't fall. And Coleman the rebound. He threw it right to the hands of Hardaway. Now the Magic a break. Penny bounce pass to Nick. Off the window and in.
Oh, that's about as easy as it can get. Penny Hardaway with the steal. And Nick Anderson with the easy drive.
28. The Magic lead by 12. Stackhouse. Ruffin. Long-range 3 from Ruffin off the back iron. Long pass ahead to Penny. The deflection. Vernon Maxwell comes away with the loose ball.
And you know, that's a good try right there. You would think if the pass is there, Penny's going to have a chance to get it. Ruffin shows some hops right there as well. Got a hand on it just enough to keep Penny from getting it.
Maxwell's pass out to Coleman against Grant. Oh, crossover dribble. True contact, no whistle though. Penny on the run, 3-on-2. Horace Grant touch pass from Penny. Led Dennis just an eyelash too far.
Well, Penny had it right at the basket. Probably should have taken the shot. Also, he just kind of glanced out of the corner of his eye. Had he known that was Dennis, he would know that the thing to do as Penny takes this one away. But with Dennis on the fast break, he spots up most of the time. He won't take it to the basket very often.
Now Clarence Weatherspoon has checked in. Trevor Ruffin steps out, so Maxwell runs the point. He fakes Penny and missed the shot. Loose ball tapped out. Weatherspoon kicks it ahead to Nick. He'll try to spin Maxwell around. Hard drive off the window. No. 2 Magic shirts converge. Penny, right hand hook, won't fall either. And the Magic get it off Weatherspoon's hand.
You know, the other thing, Chip, with playing in a game like this, I mean, everything comes so easily. It's only natural that you get just a little bit careless with the basketball. And even though the Magic have a 20-8 lead here, I think we've seen some of that as well.
3:48 to play. Hardaway off balance. Wanted the lob to Shaq, but Weatherspoon played him very well there. And then drew the foul on Nick Anderson in the backcourt. So Nick is called for his second foul. Brian Shaw, Joe Wolf will make their first appearances of the ballgame.
And number 12, Joe.
It's 20-8. The Magic have the 12-point lead. We're in Indianapolis tomorrow night. Shaquille has a seat, so a very small Magic lineup here. And there is a reason for this substitution for Brian Hill. As Weatherspoon missed, Sharon Wright inside, pump fakes, flips it home over Horace.
Yeah, big time rebound there by Wright. He can do that now with Shaq out of the lineup. He'll try to attack the basket. John Koncak bothered by an injury to his pinky finger.
Brian Shaw shoots the 3 short, hustles down his own miss. Now Dennis takes and makes again.
Well, Brian Shaw won't get any credit for that basket except as an assist. But Dennis Scott knows he never would have gotten that had Brian not followed his shot and got the Magic 3 off the offensive board.
Dennis needs 1 to tie last year's total of 150 from downtown. Weatherspoon with that big body.
Yeah, he's strong.
Lays it up and in.
He's very strong. And the double team, I'm sure, is supposed to be there.
Penny in transition drew the foul. It's Sharon Wright applying the hack.
Stackhouse on the low post. I'm sure the Magic are going to double team him. We'll see if Joe Wolf gets him next time.
The foul number 4, Sharon Wright.
Chip and the Goose back with you tonight on Sunshine Network, where we play your game. There's your score, 23-12.
Brian Shaw with the three-point attempt. It's short, but he follows the shot and sets up Dennis Scott for the three. You know better than anyone else when you let that shot go, if it's going to be short or long and which side it's going to go off. That's why you go off to. That's why you teach young players to follow your shot. You have a chance for the rebound and get another one for yourself or someone else.
Philly brings on LaSalle Thompson.
Penny Hardaway at the line.
With 2:29 left, Penny Hardaway shoots the two. He has two in the ball game. Magic by 11 points.
Philly signed LaSalle Thompson after the Indiana Pacers released him, and he figured into things when he first got there more so than he does now. He hadn't played much as of late. There's number 41, just got that rebound. Did not play at all in the last game.
Yeah, when you say rebound, you remember back when Philly came to town, he had 18 boards in that game for Philly in a starting role. Derek Coleman over the top of Dennis Scott. Dennis is called for the foul.
The foul number 3, Dennis Scott.
Well, I think that's right. Watch Dennis. He's going to go for the ball here, and he'll take Derek Coleman out. There he is. Now watch Dennis. He misses the ball. You have to give the guy a place to come down. And Dennis, I don't know which one gets the worst of that deal.
Derek gets up kind of gimpy for Philly, and that's been a big problem for him.
Yeah, well, I watched John Lucas after the play. Boy, he jumped right up because he knows when you're not in the condition you should be in, and you're trying to recover from an injury. That is the time when it's easiest to get injured again. So he's obviously very concerned about Coleman.
The Magic have doubled up Philly, 24-12, the 2-minute mark here. Weatherspoon inside. I wonder if they're going to trade him, Jack. You know, the deadline's coming up here on the 22nd. Well, he's one of the commodities they do have, along with Sharon Wright.
Well, I know one person that's lobbying for a trade, Clarence Weatherspoon. Yeah. I would think he would love the opportunity to play with a contender, play with someone that's going to get him some recognition. I mean, year in and year out. As Dennis knocks down that three, Coleman is one of the most underrated players in all of the NBA. I mean, underrated, underappreciated. He does a great job.
That was Dennis's 150th three-point shot this year, tying him with this record all of last season for the Magic. 27-14. Dennis with 9. Now goes to work against the spoon. Tried to hit AB. Horace Grant the loose ball. Now Brian Shaw behind the line. He can't hit. Derek Coleman. Inside to the Stack. Going far. Boy, Stackhouse really struggling 0 for 3 in this game.
And he started that same way the last time these two teams got together back in January.
How much of that is psychological?
Well, I would think playing against Penny Hardaway on the same floor with Penny has a little bit to do with it. Now, I know they're not matched up very much against each other. And Dennis put the ball away. But I would still think a lot of it with Stackhouse's mental.
29-14, the Magic lead. Nice, nifty left-hand lay-in by Vernon Maxwell. He hits his first shot. And with 33 seconds left, Dennis back to work. AB pump fakes Stackhouse into oblivion. Missed the runner. Joe Wolf, motion, rebounds and lays it in.
One-hander for Joe Wolf on the offensive board.
31-16. Maxwell the crossover. Feed across to Stackhouse. Can't hit a bucket. He's 0 for 4. Grant the rebound. The Magic on the run, looking for the final shot, perhaps. Dennis will take a quick one.
Unless Dennis can get the three.
With 3 seconds left, AB left all alone, and he hits. And that's the end of the first quarter. As you think back to the Southwest Airlines keys, Goose said, put them away early. Orlando by 17 after 1, 33-16 at the arena. And we'll be back after this from Scotty's.
The NBA on Sunshine Network is brought to you by your local Florida Jeep and Eagle dealer. Sitco, the sign of quality. Pizza Hut, home of the new triple-decker pizza. Hoover. Nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody. The Disney MGM Studios at Walt Disney World. Let your favorite childhood toys entertain you in a new Toy Story parade. And by Red Dog Beer. Cold yet smooth, unusually easy to drink. You are your own dog.
1 quarter in the books in the arena. Chip Carey, Jack Gibbons, and our entire Sunshine Network crew with you. The Magic, the big first quarter, led by Dennis Scott's 11, leads by 17.
And they're really getting it from everyone as Dennis makes this fall away. Dennis knocked down 3 from behind the three-point line, and then watch the ball movement here. AB's going to miss the shot, but Joe Wolf working the offensive boards and gets that one to go down. D-Rock checks into the ball game.
And Shaq is back as well. Rex Walters, number 23, who came over with Derek Coleman from New Jersey, makes his first appearance. Derek Coleman got trapped in front of the Magic bench and was forced to call timeout. They've already burned their 22nd timeout.
So that's a full
So
one,
Philly
yeah.
has to take a full timeout. As you see, Solar Bears ticket packages are available. 20 or more are for your selection at 872-7825. The Solar Bears, the hottest team in town. Well, friends, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Briggs & Stratton. Get the most performance out of your lineup. Make sure all your outdoor power equipment has a Briggs & Stratton engine. 12 seconds into our second quarter, Philly had to call timeout. And now they inbound the ball right in front of the Magic bench, trailing by 17 points. Coleman against Wolf. Missed the shot. Weatherspoon the rebound in the lane, stuffs it home. And Weatherspoon with a quick half dozen on the offensive glass.
Well, I was really surprised they took him out of the starting lineup. And I know with John Lucas, he's trying to find combinations to work. And Weatherspoon has been the most consistent player of all, but sometimes those guys have to make sacrifices in order to try to find a winning combination.
Brian Shaw's hurting. Vernon Maxwell sails by and lays it in. Brian grimacing as he grabs at his right hand. Sweet move by Maxwell. He has a couple of field goals. The lob to Shaquille. He hangs on so he doesn't smash LaSalle Thompson. And Rex Walters corrals the loose ball. That's not a tee if you do that. You're allowed to hang on the rim if you feel your presence would hurt another player while you come down. 10:45 left in our first half. AB against Rex Walters. Keeps the dribble alive. Shaquille. Patty cake dribble, and Coleman forces the jump ball.
Coleman came over, cut Shaquille's path off to the basket. That's a bounce pass, very difficult for a guy Shaquille's size to handle in traffic. He showed those great hands that he has and picked that one up. Almost makes the play, but Coleman takes that away. It should come back to AB or Donald Royal. Brian Shaw also is open.
Goose, there's no disputing the talent that Derek Coleman has. It's whether all the wiring's hooked up properly upstairs.
Right. Yeah, and the problem right now is going to be getting in condition, and I just don't know if he's going to have enough time by the time the season's over to get back in shape. Now the Magic's starting to miss some shots here.
Maxwell almost made a spectacular play.
AB from behind got the foul. But we mentioned keeping a team down like Philly when you have them, and the Magic need to make sure they regroup, get their concentration level back to where it was to start this game, so they don't get themselves into a situation where they have to fight to win this one the entire game.
Coleman gets his first rest. Derek Alston, number 21, is in for the Philadelphia team. 35-20, Magic lead. Rex Walters, sharpshooter from Kansas, can't hit. There's Weatherspoon on the glass. Pump fakes, lost it. Nice pass, however, to LaSalle Thompson. It's not really a pass, but he was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I think Shaquille O'Neal got a hand on that one, blocked the shot, but blocked it right to Thompson. Magic liked the alley-oop here, although Shaq a little bit farther out on the floor.
Joe Wolf, back iron, won't go. Don't forget to join us at halftime for the Discount Auto Parts halftime report. Paul Kennedy will hold forth. That comes your way 9 minutes and 30 seconds from hence.
Now, what's happening right now for Philly? They are limiting the Magic to just one shot, and then when they do that, when they get the rebound, they've been able now to slow the tempo of this ball game. The Magic have not been able to push the ball. They're doing a better job here in this period of protecting the basketball.
Thompson, one pass too many. Joe Wolf, bullet feet ahead to AB. Shaquille to the post against Thompson and Alston. Shaquille way outside. Joe Wolf the catch.
Nice.
After the cut.
Beautiful pass, Shaquille O'Neal. Good cut. First grand light by Joe Wolf.
9 minutes left until halftime. Bruce, I've got to ask you, playing in games like, are these tougher games to play in than against a team with a 500 record?
Yes, they are very, very tough to play. This game, it's hard to remain, keep your concentration level up to where it needs to be. And as I mentioned, you see the Magic make a lot of mistakes in this game. You'll see more turnovers.
Already 6 of those in the half. AB, coast to coast. That shot blocked by Weatherspoon.
Good job, AB. Now, that's something you don't see AB do very often. You don't see him keep the ball coast to coast as he did and create a shot for himself. That's a heads-up play by AB just simply because that is what the defense gave him. He didn't need to make the pass to Shaq in that situation.
Magic 39, Philly 22.
Good help defense by Shaquille.
Walters from the outside won't go. Shaq his 5th rebound. And the Magic come back very quickly here. Cross-court feed. Wolf into the post for Donald Royal. His turnaround jumper rings out. Tough break. Philly trying to play very patiently now with Walters running the point.
Exactly. Right now, that's what they're doing. They're not going to push the ball down. They want to take a little bit of the air out of the ball. Use that shot clock.
And Maxwell won't go from the outside. Alston can't chase it down. And the Magic get it back. They have a 17-point lead, matching their biggest of the night. Nick and Penny back for Shaw and AB.
Good job by the bench players for the Magic. AB did a great job. Brian Shaw did a good job of running the show. He didn't score, but he did a good job of running the show. Joe Wolf has played well off the bench for the Magic also.
Shaq against Thompson now. Penny from downtown.
Well, I guess Penny says, hey, if you're going to give me the ball, give me the shot. I'm going to go on and take it. And John Lucas going to talk to his team again.
It's 20-point Magic lead, biggest of the night. We still have 7.5 left until halftime. It's 20-point ball game with only 7 minutes and 30 seconds left until halftime. Goose, let's take a look at tonight's slam dunk of the game, brought to you by our Red Dog Beer.
Well, Shaq's had a bunch of them here tonight already, Chip, and I don't think there's any reason why he shouldn't have a whole lot more in this game. Good pass to Shaq, and he frees himself up.
Downtown, the Magic have found the range. They've hit 5 3-point field goals. 3 by Dennis Scott, 1 each by Nick and Penny. D-Rock the steal and the foul on Alston right after the timeout. Boy, that's what drives the coach nuts.
Well, you don't like to use that timeout just to come out and get a turnover, that's for sure. And John Lucas, he just, you can tell by the look on his face, he's not real happy. But he understands he doesn't have a whole lot to work with.
Yeah, it is all about players, isn't it? I mean, if you don't have horses, it's tough to win the Kentucky Derby. Donald Royal inside. He is hammered hard. Alston and Weatherspoon are guilty.
I think that is being hammered hard, what we saw right there. Boy, no way Donald's going to make that shot.
Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning trying to keep that winning streak alive. We're in Toronto. 7:30 tomorrow night. NHL hockey. The Lightning trying to make the playoffs. They're in pretty good shape for that. And Stackhouse in for Walters here.
You know, you saw just a minute ago the Philadelphia 76ers 1 for 9, I think, 1 for 10 behind the 3-point line. And I mentioned earlier in the game, they have made at least 5 3-point field goal attempts in 16 of the last 17 games. So they've been shooting well from the outside.
Oh, nice aggressive move by Ruffin there to turn the corner. His first 2.
The Magic must continue to guard that 3-point line.
Shaquille, fall away line drive, won't go. Sharon Wright The rebound. 43-24. Ruffin the push. Stackhouse the fake. Now the short. That's short. Boy, oh boy. He's really struggling. He is 0 for 5 in the first half. Anderson surrounded. Penny Hardaway thought about the 3. Now finds Donald. He'll catch. He'll cut. Whip it off to Shaq in the lane. 3 red, white, blue shirts need it. Shaquille can't get the roll.
It gets so easy down there sometimes, you know.
Ruffin for 3. Rebound to Shaq. The handoff to Penny. He's got Nick with him right wing. Penny Hardaway. Lob to the
man. Oh, yes. Penny Hardaway reading the floor.
Penny Hardaway.
45-24. Weatherspoon through the contact. Joe Wolf got it.
Well, you know, when you're a team like Philly, and really they have to shoot a lot of outside jump shots. You'll see Penny get the ball to Nick here on a little alley-oop. If they're not making shots, you know, they are really, really in trouble.
5:45 left as Horace Grant comes into the game. Ruffin trying to take the game over. Horace in for Joe Wolf, who Joe Wolf hasn't left the ball game. I was going to say Joe has been practicing yoga. Not Yoda, the Star Wars character, but yoga. And he said he's looking for a good yoga instructor. This really helps him relax with his flexibility. Penny Hardaway fouled, finishes, and goes to the line.
Well, I think for Joe Wolf, you know, one thing I've noticed in Joe this year, more so than any other time I've watched him play in his career, is a real big increase in his flexibility, his ability to run the floor, and the fact that he is, you know, he's even jumping a little bit higher. I don't know if it's because of the yoga, but I have noticed a big improvement.
It's just an inner calm about him, is there not?
You know,
He's at one with nature and himself.
I guess if that's what yoga is all about. I haven't experienced it, but
Joe's seriously working on that. He enjoys it, helps him get prepared for the ball game. Hardaway, oh, what a pass. Donald Royal can't finish though. He thought there was a goaltend. Now Stackhouse right wing against Joe Wolf, former Carolina Tar Heel. Stackhouse offensive foul, the clear out.
Offensive foul on number 42, Jerry Stackhouse. His first no-team foul.
Offensive foul on Stackhouse, his first.
Substitution.
Dennis Scott now in for Donald Royal, who gave the Magic 7 strong minutes with a couple of rebounds.
The Sixers, number 11, Vernon Maxwell.
Philly shooting just 34% in the ball game.
Well, one reason they're shooting such a low percentage, Chip, is they are 26th in the league in assists. I'd say the Magic get an assist on there. That's their 14th assist in this ball game. Philly has 4. And when you get that many assists, you know you're going to be shooting a high percentage at this stage of the game. Magic at 53%, Philly 34.
Yeah, you look at Philly's statistics. They are in the bottom 5 in 14 of 26 statistical categories, offensively and defensively. And Sharon Wright was fouled by Dennis Scott. Right, a chance for the three-point play here. Boy, it's tough to win when you're in the lower 5 in just about every offensive and defensive.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. They're, as I say, 26th in the league in assists per game. The Magic are, on the other hand, 4th. So they're in the top 5 in that category. And obviously they win a bunch of ball games because they keep the ball moving. Now that's a pretty bad miss by Wright on the free throw line.
It was wide right, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
4:13 left, 51-28 Magic lead. Sharon Wright can't hit the second chance. Nick Anderson the rebound, the run. Dennis Scott plants, fires. Folks, he's in the zone. He's got 17.
I think he is definitely a candidate for the zone tonight.
And Philly takes another timeout. Their 3rd full timeout of this quarter.
Oh, boy. Well, the first one they took was a situation about, what, 10 seconds after the first period, that second period started. Coleman got trapped. He had to burn one. They had already used the 20. And there's Dennis Scott. He has 5 3-pointers in this game.
And Goose, you look at this Philly team right now, they look like a bunch that wants absolutely no part of the Magic. The last time they were in town, I thought they put up a pretty inspired effort. I don't see that from them tonight so far.
Yeah, but I see a totally different ball team on the other end of the floor. I mean, I think the Magic are a whole lot better than they were in early January.
Well, as John Lucas tries to encourage his troop, let's take a look at tonight's Jeep Eagle NBA scoring leaders. Brought to you by your local Florida Jeep and Eagle dealer. Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson. All putting up big numbers. Penny has dropped to 11th in the league at 23 points per game. A long night appears to be in store for the 76ers here tonight, as they have the worst record in the NBA. Philly at 10-39. College hoops fans won't want to miss Thursday's game from Miami. Central Florida takes on Florida International. That game at 7:30 here on Sunshine Network.
Well, we're certainly seeing things in 3D tonight. Dennis Scott 5 of 6 from behind the 3-point line. The Magic 7 of 10. And Dennis telling Tom Sterner, run another play for me, Tommy. I'm hot right now.
Well, when you're hot, what does the basket look like when you're that hot?
Well, you know, I think the thing is the feeling probably that you have inside as much as anything. I mean, yeah, the basket appears to be larger and it's like you can't miss, but I think you get that feel that you won't miss anything and you don't hesitate to shoot it.
On the Sixers, number 23, Rex Walters. Hey.
54-28 at the arena. Chip Carey, Jack Gibbons with you, along with Paul Kennedy and our entire Sunshine Network crew. Maxwell, Walters, Ruffin, Wright, and Weatherspoon for Philadelphia here. 5 to shoot. Horace Grant played Weatherspoon well, but Clarence with a fine play has 8. He's the only Philadelphia player with more than 2 years of experience on this team, and that makes it tough to win too, as these guys really don't know each other.
I'll tell you what, you put Spoon on most other teams in this league, and especially if it's a contender, and you're talking about a guy that would be very close year in and year out to making the All-Star.
20 at halftime for Dennis. Horace Grant the assist. They're going to run out of 3Ds on the 3D-meter over there.
I think you're right.
One of them fell to the floor. Ruffin high off the window. No. Shaq the rebound. Sharon Wright reaching in. Commits his 3rd foul. Dennis Scott loving life against Philadelphia. He'll have to wait until March 4th to see these guys again.
Well, and I think it's good that you have a team that understands you have a guy that's hot right now, and they keep giving Dennis the basketball. I mean, that is so important when you play on a top echelon team, to know that you're going to get the ball when you're in that kind of zone.
Oh, Trevor Ruffin, something we rarely see. Picked Penny clean, then forced the foul, but couldn't lay it in. Nice play by Ruffin.
Well, Ruffin, I think, really timed the play well, timed the effort to go for the steal. He caught Penny on just a little bit of a high dribble, and it just so happened he was leaning the right way at the right time and took advantage of Penny that time.
You music fans may recognize the name Ruffin. Trevor is the cousin of the Temptations singer, David Ruffin. How about that? Bet he and Brian Williams could belt out a tune or two. Brian, a former Magic player, as you know.
You're probably too young to remember the Temptations, huh?
Yeah, both Ryan and Ruffin wear number 8. How about that? Some sort of mystical significance to that, I'm not sure. Tom Hastings, our producer and director, pointed that out for us. 2.5 left. Dennis Scott across to Penny Hardaway. Magic up big, 57-32. 3 to shoot. Dennis fakes, takes, can't make.
Dennis upset with himself that he missed that one.
Now Maxwell behind the arc. He can't hit either. Right on the offensive glass. He's stripped. Horace Grant and Walters collide. Horace fights loose ball and calls the 20.
And gets the 20.
Timeout. Magic 57. Sixers 32. At halftime, Paul Kennedy will chat with Kay Hill and Chris Lanchut. Kay, of course, the wife of Magic head coach Brian Hill. The Orlando Love Affair, a tennis benefit to help in the fight against cystic fibrosis. We'll have the Gatorade scoreboard, stats, and highlights. A look at tonight's rebounding leaders now, Goose, brought to you by our friends at Hoover. There's Weatherspoon in the top 20 at the small forward spot. A lot of people compared him to a young Charles Barkley, a baby Barkley when he came to Philadelphia.
Well, you look at his build, everything about him, it says Charles Barkley, and he's, I think, before his career is over, going to have the success Charles Barkley has had. And I'm not talking about on an individual basis, because I think he's already done some pretty spectacular things in his young career, but I'm talking about team success. He's been unfortunately stuck on a team in Philadelphia that hasn't been able to improve. Very difficult to stay hungry, but he's been able to do that.
Two-man game, Shaq and Nick. O'Neal right hand. And he's just laughing as he heads down the floor. That's how easy it has been for him tonight.
Having fun tonight, and this is a game that everyone should be able to have some fun.
Wright tries to make Shaquille guess, lost it on the way up and drew the foul.
Foul number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. And second penalty situation in effect.
So 2 on Shaq, who says my arms were straight up.
Well, let's see if there's some body contact on this play. Now, there's some there. You don't know who initiated the contact, but certainly call had to be made one way or the other. And this night, I don't think you'll hear the Magic make much argument about that particular call.
Yeah, this is one of those games at this point you just hope to get it over with quickly with nobody getting hurt, so you can get to Indiana in good shape. That's where we play tomorrow night against the Pacers, a team that really gives the Magic fits at Market Square and likewise suffers the fits in this building. 1:20 left until the break. Penny against Ruff and Long. Cross-court feed. Dennis Scott with 5 to shoot. He'll drive it. Dish to Horace. Little 12-footer.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, unselfish play. And I was mentioning the fact that the Magic were getting the ball to Dennis. That's no reason for Dennis to think he's got to shoot it every time. The defense played him well, and he got a shot for someone else. An unselfish play.
We're under a minute. 61-33. Orlando, the huge lead. Ruffin can't hit. Horace Grant the rebound. Penny Hardaway runs out right wing. Thought about an interior pass. Now waits. Inside she comes to Shaquille. Baseline move. Won't go. All loose. Nick Anderson almost came from the weak side to steal it. Orlando shooting a hefty 54%. They have 18 assists on their 25 field goals and out-rebounded Philly 28-20. And the Sixers 14 for 42 in the first 2 periods.
Shaquille O'Neal will rest the rest of this period. One other good thing we talked about, Chip, getting some rest for the starters, and I think the Magic have been able to run people in and out pretty freely so far in this game. I'm sure that will continue in the second half if the Magic keep this lead. Beautiful first step.
Maxwell very quick, isn't he? Walters, no, off the score clock, and the Magic hold for the final shot here. A chance to go up 30 at halftime.
I think it did hit the clock, but no whistle. But, everybody ready to get this over with.
Yeah.
This first half. Magic got the rebound anyway, so it didn't matter.
Penny. It's a 31-point lead. Boy, oh boy. Walter's shot would count if it were to fall. And that is the end of the first half. The Magic made a statement. Any thoughts that Philly had of coming in here and sneaking up have been quickly dispelled. 64-33 is your score at halftime. Again, Paul Kennedy's up next with our Discount Auto Parts halftime report here on Sunshine Network. 4-33 lead. This is a huge lead. Tiny Elvis.
Well, this was fun to watch, and the Magic just bouncing all over the place in the first half. Let's hope it continues. I've seen Elvis look a lot of different ways, but it's the first time I've seen him like this.
That's about how the Sixers feel after the first two quarters. 64-33. Here's how the numbers took place. A look at our halftime stats brought to you by the Disney MGM Studios at Walt Disney World.
Well, everything, as you would imagine, in favor of the Magic. They shoot the ball well, they rebound well, they force the turnovers, and then they get out on the floor. And they have 18 assists in the first half.
Top scorers, Dennis Scott with 20. 7 of 9 shooting, 6 of 8 from beyond the three-point arc. No Sixer in double digits. Jerry Stackhouse in his 15 minutes, the fine rookie candidate for Philadelphia. No points, no rebounds, no assists, and he missed all 5 shots that he took. Vernon Maxwell's pass deflected to Trevor Ruffin. Sharon Wright, Jerry Stackhouse, and Clarence Weatherspoon on the floor. No Derek Coleman to start our third quarter. And Philadelphia out of bounds.
That's Stackhouse again. He's out of bounds on the weak side of the floor, so nothing going right for the young guy tonight. And I think now you put together 2 bad games against the Magic. I'm sure he's waiting to get a chance at the Magic in his building. Oh, Shaq misses. A little alley-oop.
Ruffin tried to thread the needle. Instead, Nick picks it off. Penny's long pass ahead. Look out below.
Well, Shaq missed it the last time. He's not going to miss that one, is he?
How many minutes will the top 5 play in this game?
Well, if it continues like this, I don't even know if you'll see him in the 4th period.
Horace Grant got a piece, but there's the strength of Weatherspoon.
And Coleman's sitting this one out. I don't know if it's for any other reason than the fact that he's just not real healthy.
Ruffin off the steal. Nice feed to Stackhouse, and finally he's on the board. Jerry Stackhouse with his first 2 of the game. Played power forward in college, Jack. Now making the adjustment to the 2 spot in the NBA. That's a huge adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah, but he has enough talent. I mean, I think it's going to happen. I don't think there's any question about that.
66-37, Orlando the lead. Shaquille's little runner won't go. Horace took a try, wouldn't fall. Shaq the rebound, inside pass to Big 54. 10-17 left. John Lucas with a long look at Sharon Wright as the Sixers head up the floor, and Stackhouse will continue. And he scored his second for and Horace Grant with his first personal foul. 18 rebounds for Grant in the game down in Miami. He was absolutely marvelous.
He was big in that game, and really it took that kind of game from someone on the boards for the Magic, because Miami likes to pound the offensive glass, and Horace Grant took a lot of those second chance opportunities right away from him by getting 18.
Penny inside feed Shaquille. He'll stuff that home.
Penny Hardaway.
Maxwell cut off by Shaquille. He'll step through. Stackhouse with a hot and too long on that jump shot. Shaq the rebound, tongue dangling. Shaquille brings it up the floor, keeps the dribble alive. This kind of game he might uncork a 3. Horace Grant though was out of bounds.
Good look from Nick to Horace. Tried to sneak behind Weatherspoon on the weak side of the floor. He was there, upset with himself. That was easy opportunity for Horace Grant.
.20 left in our third quarter. Magic by 30. Weatherspoon was hit, but no call. And Weatherspoon settles for the 2. He's got 12 in the game. Did not start tonight for Philadelphia. Shaquille against Wright. Penny Hardaway tried to hit Horace inside. The Spoon cut him off under 9 minutes. Now Shaq backs in. Easy lay.
Yeah, it's about as easy as you can get on the inside. And I'm really wondering if Derek Coleman will play in this second half. I know he was upset, and how he can get upset with anyone, I don't know, but he was upset with his teammates because someone was out of place on a play. He was trying to direct traffic and complaining. I don't know.
Stackhouse, shot blocked Grant. Loose ball. Dennis Scott corrals it. Right wing pass, Penny Hardaway. Behind his back, Nick Anderson drives the baseline. Underneath for Horace Grant. Boy, is it unselfish or what?
Well, it's just beautiful basketball. And a lot of it has to do with the team you're playing against. And I think the Magic understand that this is not a real test for them. But this is what they need to do against a team like Philadelphia. I mean, we've seen them struggle enough against some of the lesser teams in the league.
Stackhouse blocked by Shaquille. He did not like the call. And picks up his third foul.
32, Shaquille O'Neal.
With 8:04 to play in our
His
third
and second team
quarter.
foul.
You'll see Shaq get him across the arm. Easy call. And Stackhouse. There's Coleman over there. I mean, I don't really know how he can get upset, but the report was he was upset with his teammates and kind of jumped on people in the huddle right after the time he called the early timeout. And maybe John Luca's going to let him sit the rest of the time. I think for John, he really needs to get him out there to get him some minutes, because he's going to have to get in shape if Philly is going to have any chance of winning any ball games this year.
Nick Anderson held by Maxwell. They tie up. Vernon with an extra poke at Nick. And you hear Nick's response.
Nick got a finger in his eye and couldn't see Vernon to react to the push. And Vernon's still talking. You'll see Nick, and Vernon grabs him right there to make sure Nick doesn't get the basket, pokes him in the eye. And then you'll see the extra push right there by Vernon.
Well, a bucket here for Nick will make that
Nick
eye
needs
feel
to
better.
take him.
And Maxwell gets the blocking foul.
And that's a good call by the official, because I think they understand that Vernon got Nick in the eye, and I think they also understand that Vernon gave Nick a little extra push. They're kind of rewarding Nick for not reacting in a real aggressive way when he got pushed.
They'll go back at Maxwell again. Pass deflected out. Stackhouse the interception.
And Nick's having a hard time seeing. I don't know. He might need to come out of the ball game as he got that finger in the eye.
74-45. Magic big lead. Shaquille with the drop step. Oh, he just committed his fourth foul on the hook. So wait a minute here, folks. 7:23 left. 4 fouls on Shaquille.
Well, once again on this night, I don't know if that's going to make that much difference. I mean, I know the Magic would like to get him more minutes, a few more minutes in this game. I don't know for sure how much he was going to play. There's a little bit of contact, not a whole lot by Shaq as he makes the drop step. And Vernon Maxwell is going to leave the game also.
And LaSalle Thompson.
Also for the Sixers, number...
Well, LaSalle Thompson will not check in. They have brought in Richard Dumas, number 7.
And here's another guy who really hasn't played very much and has been a real big disappointment for the 76ers.
Ruffin hits the 3. His first of the game. Well, there's no sound quite like that ball ripping through that twine uncontested. And Ruffin with a nifty jump shot there. Shaquille hits Horace Grant inside, two-handed dunk. Very easy. Hardaway with the steal. Keeps that dribble alive and will jump it up with Weatherspoon. And the Magic will now take timeout, but only because they have to. 6:42 left. Orlando 76, Philly 48.
You can be by becoming an official Fanatical Fan Club member.
Magic Basketball is brought to you by your Central Florida GMC truck dealers. Gooding, Central Florida's hometown supermarket, where you'll find over 10,000 new low prices. The Roadhouse Grill. Celebrate Valentine's Day beginning at 5 tomorrow night. Good food and a smile. That's Roadhouse style. By Dodge. See your friendly Dodge dealer today. Scotty's, the home improvement team dedicated to your satisfaction. And by Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Chip and the Goose back with you from the Arena. 76-48 is our score. The Magic on their way to NBA history here tonight. It's Hardaway and Weatherspoon to jump it up. And at center court, and Weatherspoon got it on the way up, and I think we'll have a re-jump.
Either that or a turnover going towards the Magic. Weatherspoon can get up pretty high and pretty quickly. That's about as good as it gets right there. Yeah, but that's not a surprise. I mean, Weatherspoon can get up off the floor.
Stackhouse forced it, missed it, and the Magic run. Cross-court pass to Nick. Inside feed to Shaquille. Oh, a laser beam pass through the hands of Horace Grant. Had he been able to catch it, 54 would have dunked it home with the two Pepsi buddies. Yeah, but that's hard to handle right there. And once again, I think for the Magic, it's important for them to keep their concentration here. Richard Dumas. I mean, you see some smiling up and down the floor, and you know, it's not good for the team, but it's really not good for Philadelphia. I mean, they remember that kind of stuff, and we'll use that for incentive the next time you go up there and play them in Philly. Yeah, March 4th is the makeup date for that game that was snowed out earlier this season. Penny, 4-3, knuckleball shot won't fall, and the Sixers rebound and run back. Hardaway reaching in is caught for the second time here tonight. Well, look ahead, Jack, if you will, at tomorrow night's ball game. Indiana's Pacers have really done a job on the Magic in that building. They're a team, though, that's struggling through some injuries, some inconsistent play up front from Rick Smits, and Reggie Miller's got a sore ankle. Yeah, I wish we could get a game out of Rick Smits like he played against Chicago a couple days ago. Yeah, Larry Brown's been all over him too of late. Yeah, he seems to just play great against Shaquille. Dennis has had the hot hand. Too strong that time. Shaq playing with 4 fouls. Brian just wants to get him through this quarter. Look at Nick Anderson hustle. And Philly gets the ball back with 5:16 left. Well, I think the fact that Brian is letting Shaq play with 4 personal fouls tells you that he's not really concerned about Shaquille picking up foul number 5. Now, Joe Wolf is up off the bench. He's probably coming in for Shaq. Nope, he's going to get Horace Grant out of the ball game here. So Brian just wanting to get Shaquille through this period with the Magic a comfortable lead, and you probably won't see Shaq in the 4th. And you hope that John Koncak will be healthy tomorrow in time for the game against the Pacers. And also David Vaughn is eligible to come off the injured list after tonight's game. He's been sidelined 5 games with strep throat. His big body might come in handy in a game like that, but I'm not sure the Magic will activate him or not. Well, you know, the thing is with the strep throat, he went on the list with strep throat. Of course, it hasn't lasted all this time. If he did, it would be the longest case ever. The thing is, he just has to sit 5 games anytime you go on the list. So he will be eligible to come off, and the Magic will have to do some dealing there. Possibly. And speaking of dealing, of course, trade deadline is coming up on the 22nd. And we'll have a jump ball. Stackhouse and Anderson. Nick really hot. I don't know for sure how you can get a jump ball taking a swipe at a player like that, and Nick should be upset. Now let's see right here. Does he get all ball? Maybe he does. Oh, that's a swipe. A lot of arm on that play. A lot of arm on that. I don't think he was very happy. But he won the tap. And Nick needs to have it back. I mean, if he gets it and goes to the hole, he'll get to the free throw line. Yeah, look at defense on Philly. I was going to make a point before that last play involving Nick. The trading deadline's coming up on the 22nd at 6 o'clock Eastern time. The Knicks have made a couple of big deals. Do you expect the Magic to do anything, Goose? Well, there's always a possibility, and John Gabriel will tell you he's always looking to improve his ball club. So if something comes, barring the first 5, that the Magic feel will help them, I don't think there's any doubt John would not hesitate to pull the trigger on a deal. Whether or not that's going to happen, there's Mr. DeVos, the owner, and Bob Van der Waal. He makes all the decisions as well as much as John Gabriel on personnel. But I don't think they'd hesitate making the deal if there's something they feel will help this ball club. I think if they do, they would like to try to get bigger up front.
That's always a concern, even with Shaq and John Concack and Horace Grant. But it'd have to be a sweet deal because you already have a very good ball club.
4 minutes left. Weatherspoon, no. Rebound Shaquille. He now has 20 points and 11 rebounds. Another double-double for Shaquille O'Neal tonight. 79-54. The Magic on cruise control so far here tonight.
And now Nick needs to go to the hole. Just go to the hole.
Joe Wolf from downtown. Nick Anderson, look at him work.
Yeah, see, that's going to be there for Nick. And I think the other thing is, if he makes a good, strong, aggressive move to the basket, he's going to get rewarded with the whistle.
Ruffin, no. Dumas, yes. A little short.
I remember Thompson his days with the Pacers.
Oh, boy. And inside, Dumas kept on working, got the pass.
Working the boards.
And lays it in. 81-56. Magic with the big lead here at home. Shaquille drew the contact as he made his move. And Thompson unhappy with the call from Jack Neese out on the perimeter. Well, friends, with 3 great locations now, the Magic Fanatics are extra ready for you and all your shopping needs. You can check our new store at the Orlando International Airport or visit the Fanatic at the Renaissance Center in Altamont Springs or on Highway 50 at I-4. Inside position, O'Neal, another reach-in foul. Again, Thompson raises his right hand.
Well, he knows to put Shaquille on the line. Now watch Nick Anderson here working for the open place on the floor. A lot of times for Nick, when he's not getting his number called on the low post, he has to work those extra offensive rebounds to get his points, and he does on that play.
Philly takes the mandatory timeout here with 2:58 to play, third period. There's your score. All right. It's 81-56, and enthusiastic Jack Evans with you tonight along with Chip Carey. Look at these records still standing from the 1940s. Most consecutive home wins at the start of the year. The Magic on their way to breaking that. Look at that, lowest home winning percentage in a season. Yikes. That would not be a fun year.
No, that would be tough. But it was the first year for the league, which I guess makes it even worse because no one was really all that good back then, except the team that established the record for the most wins at home.
Yeah, back in 1946. Here's some of the names. The Boston Celtics, of course. They were one of the original teams in 46-47. The Chicago Stags. The Cleveland Rebels. The Detroit Falcons. The New York Knicks. The Philadelphia Warriors, the Pittsburgh Ironmen, the Providence Steamrollers, the St. Louis Bombers, the Toronto Huskies. Fans will remember that Toronto had a team in the NBA. In fact, Toronto and New York played the first ever NBA game back in 46-47. And then the Washington Capitals under Red Auerbach in the NBA's infant season. 2:30 left, third quarter, 81-56. Shaq goes to work again. Sharon Wright can't stop the big fella.
Well, good touch by Shaquille. That's a big basket. The Magic had gone a long time on 81. So maybe that'll get the offense flowing again in this period and get the starters out of there for most of the.
Oh, Shaq to steal. Oh, they call a foul on Shaquille. Oh, baby, he almost ripped the goal down. And Shaq charged with the foul.
He had it going. Oh, that's his fifth.
And Greg Sutton marking with Shaq. Shaq walks up the floor and says, how can you beg for a foul on that play? I picked clean.
I'm surprised Shaquille could get down that low.
Sutton to work inside to right at the 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Ow! Right, no. Dumas flying in is guilty of the foul.
And Shaq now with 5 personals.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Brian's still going to let him play.
His second penalty situation in effect.
So Stackhouse, not Dumas, commits the foul.
I really don't think Brian planned on using Shaq much in the fourth, and that's pretty obvious. He hadn't fouled out this year yet.
Shooting 2.
So Nick Anderson will go to the line, and he touches it up there. This is the man, Jack, that you said really has to be a consistent player in the second half for the Magic to get back to the finals.
Yeah, and I think Nick has been to this point since the All-Star break. He's been there every night.
You may not see 20 points a game from Nick, but certainly his defensive play has been stellar all year long. Shaquille tried to stop Stackhouse, could not. The young man now with 10 points, all in our third quarter. 85-58. The Magic have led throughout. They led by 31 at the intermission. Penny off the window, no. Shaq the putback.
Oh, man.
24 for Shaquille in 29 minutes, 12 rebounds as well. Dumas against Shaw. Goes left, fakes right, and Sharon right inside.
I think the Magic have Horace Grant at the table to get Shaquille out of there.
Nick from downtown. And we're under a minute now. 87-60, Orlando the lead. Right inside, drop steps baseline, reverse layup, won't go, got his own rebound, hangs on Shaq. 1 to the 6th foul, didn't get it, so did Lucas. Shaquille up the floor. Here's Penny right wing, give and go. Shaquille, double clutch. Anderson off the window and in.
Shaq probably should have had foul number 6, I guess. And John Lucas talking to the officials about it right now. I think if it goes inside, I think Shaq's out of there for any contact at all. And if anyone shoots it other than right, I would, and he had it.
Oh, Nick picks the seam and drew the foul on Stackhouse. Nick just lurking in the shadows.
Number 42, Jerry Stackhouse.
Found the seam, picked it off, and drew the foul on Stackhouse.
Well, see, that's part of being smart. And of course, once again, Sharon Wright, a very young player, so he doesn't really understand. You have Shaq with 5 personals, and he's supposed to take it to the basket every time to try to get him on out of there. Instead, he throws it out. Nick Anderson picks it off and has a chance to get him a couple of points. He has 13 now. So all the Magic starters playing well tonight. And in double figures. Horace Grant with 10, Shaq 24. Dennis Scott had 20 at the halftime. Still has 20. Nick and Penny 13.
You know, you look at the Magic schedule. It may be a while before a team really comes in here and knocks this Magic ball club off. Miami has a losing record. Portland, Charlotte, Phoenix, Detroit. That gets you to late March. And Philly can't get the final shot off to end the third quarter. Well, the Magic led by 31 at halftime. Philly whittled 1 point off of it in this next 12 minutes. 90-60 your score as we go to the fourth quarter. Chip and the Goose back with you tonight on Sunshine Network, where we play your game. Inside the arena, a lot of the crowd has started to head for home with the Magic up by 30. Here's how it happened. A look at tonight's game summary brought to you by Discover Card.
Well, as you know, the Magic will be leading in every category here, holding the 76ers to 38% shooting. 24 assists already in this game for the Magic, just 9 for the 76ers. Excellent defense, and Dennis Scott and company heating it up from behind the three-point line.
And Horace Grant back out on the floor to start our fourth quarter. He's the only Magic starter out there. He's played the fewest minutes among the Magic starters, 25 tonight. Horace inside with a great move. Now has a dozen to go with 6 rebounds. He's hit all 6 shots he's taken in the game. 6 out of 6.
Brooks Thompson, Daryl Armstrong need to make sure they're ready here. because they will be called on very quickly, I would imagine.
Magic on their way to their 10th win in 11 tries against this 76er team.
And if the Magic hold them right on this possession and come down and score, I would imagine Brian will make the move to get Horace Grant out of the lineup.
Sutton inside. Yes.
But he gets the 2 points, so we'll see.
Greg Sutton wasn't expected to play in this game. He had a cyst removed, has been suffering from some dental problems. Hadn't played in the last 4 Philadelphia ball games. In fact, John Lucas, I'll tell you how bad it's been this year. Philadelphia this season has had only 1 game in their first 49 where they've had 12 healthy players available for duty. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's tough. And you know, John Lucas has been under fire all year long. The last time he was in here, strong rumors that he would be replaced by Chris Ford. They could not work a deal, Ford and the Philadelphia owner, so John Lucas kept the job, will probably be there for the rest of this year. And then who knows what's going to happen for John. But anytime you have to go into every game with a team that is not fully loaded, it's tough.
Well, yeah, perfect example. You can't win in this league unless you have horses. You just, I mean, it's such a cliche, I know, but it's really true. Here's a perfect example. Pat Riley. All those great teams in Los Angeles, and not taking away from any job of coaching that Pat Riley has done, but all those great teams with the Lakers, he had great players. Look at how he's struggling in Miami with Alonzo Mourning and just a couple of other supplementary pieces to win ball games. Boy, if you don't have the talent that Miami does, and John Lucas certainly doesn't, it's not hard to see why they've won just 10 games all year. Royal takes some more abuse down low.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and you can only feel for John Lucas because he's such a competitor. I mean, such a competitor. Even back in the days when he was playing, did not like any sort of losing, and you have to feel for him now. I think the only way they're going to win is to get Derek Coleman on the same page with everyone else. He's not been there in this ball game. He's not been there all year. Yes, he's been injured some, but part of the reason why Coleman has not been in there is because of his conditioning, particularly early in the season. So once again, until this guy gets aboard and lays it on the line to get himself physically and mentally ready to help this team, John's going to continue to struggle, as with the 76ers. Donald Royal illegal.
With 10-13 left, that is a technical foul. 98-64 is the score with 10 minutes and 13 seconds left in the ball game. We head out right afterward and head to Indiana and take on the Pacers. And the road trip continues to Milwaukee. Then Sunday afternoon, the head-to-head matchup with the Bulls and Scottie Pippen on national television. Sutton for 3, gets none. Rebound, Weatherspoon. Richard Dumas lays it in against Wolf.
Now, he always could score around the basket. That is definitely his strong suit. But he also, in the doghouse of John Lucas, hasn't gotten many minutes.
Boy, his doghouse might be a kennel after this year.
Yeah, you're right.
Just about everybody on that team in there at one point or the other. First 2 for Brian Shaw. The Magic need 10 points for the free hamburger promo. 167 the tally. Dumas missed close in that time. Right wing, Joe Wolf. Boy, he's got a sweet shot when it's on, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. As I say, if you look at him from the arms up, his release, the follow through on the shot, you would think you were watching Larry Bird shoot the ball.
Ruffin, it's the 3. He's had a fine game.
Yes, he has.
He's been quite a fine, too. 5 for 10 is Ruffin, but only 3 assists. As the Sixers are starting point guard, Brian Shaw beat him. Baseline drive, baby. Beautiful execution. 104-70. Brian Shaw commits the foul so that Brooks Thompson can enter the game. And Brooks will get his longest stint of playing time. Here tonight, it'll be Horace Grant who gets the call for the Magic.
Yeah, I didn't think Horace would play much longer.
A perfect shooting night for Horace Grant as you see the Chevy Geo Grant stats. 6 out of 6, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Horace hit now 14 of his last 16 shots. Ryan Shaw runs the point. Brooks Thompson, Joe Wolf. There's the spot up, wide left. D-Rock keeps it alive, but to LaSalle Thompson. Philly on the run. Ruffin penetrates, left-hand shot won't fall.
Joe Wolf, a lot of body contact on that one. Trevor Ruffin didn't like it at all. And he is giving
Foul number 12, Joe Wolf.
the evil eye.
And second team foul.
Joe really wanted to get over and take the charge, couldn't do it. And gave Ruffin a little push there, forced the miss.
Wonder how he likes Philadelphia this time of year, playing college basketball in Hawaii.
He'd like it a whole lot more if they could find a way to win some ball games. That's for sure.
Ruffin with 17-32 is his season and career high. 104-72. AB on the baseline. LaSalle Thompson, another rebound. LaSalle's had a good game on the glass. He has 9 boards in 12 minutes. Of course, a lot of those rebounds are Philly's own misses.
His third team foul.
Second foul on Anthony Bowie.
Trevor Ruffin continues to get knocked around. I thought he made a pass on that play, but going to get 2 free throws.
I think we can make a deal and get under the 7-minute mark and not take that timeout. Just keep on playing.
Well, you know, the defense hasn't been real strong in this ball game, so maybe the players won't get real close to each other the rest of the way. I don't think that's going to happen.
Ruffin has scored all but 4 points for Philly in this fourth quarter. 104-74. Boy, you think back to our first couple of years in the league.
Man, LaSalle Thompson just all over Joe Wolf on that play. Yeah, we've seen some of these.
We've been on the receiving end of some of these. It's not much. It's not that much more fun when you win. It is a little more fun, but not that much.
You're right.
It's a long night for everybody concerned. 104-74 is your score. Backdoor cut, AB wide open again.
I think that pass intended for Brooks Thompson. AB stepped in front, took that one away.
4 points from McIntyre.
Everyone who's played has scored for the Magic tonight, except for Brooks Thompson. Daryl Armstrong has yet to enter the fray. Ruffin missed the 3. Rebound Derek Alston. Sutton knocks down the 3 ball. 106-77 AB.
Dress it up, AB.
And he has 10. 7 minutes left. And now 6:58 left. And Philly takes the timeout. Look at AB. Nifty move inside. 10 minutes to go. 108-77 your score. 108-77. Chip and the Goose still with you tonight here on Sunshine Network. Still a long way to go tonight. The Magic really putting it to John Lucas's ball club here tonight. And there is tonight's Scotty's Fanatical fan. He's the lucky winner of an Encon ceiling fan, courtesy of Scotty's.
Well, he's having a good time, isn't he? That guy's not.
.658 away from history. How long the record will stand, we don't know. The Bulls just 4 games behind the Magic as far as that unbeaten string is concerned. But let's not worry about the Bulls. Let's be excited about this Magic effort. I tell you what, it's an amazing mark, isn't it? 28 straight wins anywhere is terrific.
You're right. That's unbelievable. Hard to do.
What was your longest record at Kentucky with home wins?
I'd have to look back in the books. That's been a long time ago. But we didn't lose many at home over the 4 years I was there. So, but I don't know that we had a streak like this.
.108.79.
You're supposed to ask me questions I know the answers to, which is tough. I know.
Well, I struggle with that every night. Dumas off the deflection right through Donald Royal's hands. And Dumas, the deuce, he has 9. His dad used to play in the old ABA with Houston. 6:10 left. 108.81. Brooks Thompson has yet to score. Nice pass to Royal. He can't finish the play. And LaSalle Thompson, another double-digit rebounding night against the Magic. 18 in a start. Now 10 here tonight in 14 minutes. Ruffin hits the 3.
The Magic, of course, would like for this thing to end with Philly not scoring 100 points and their guys continuing to score points. But it's been a while since the Magic have been able to get one to go down.
Brian Shaw, the pass across. Brooks Thompson, he hits the 3.
And that changes it that quickly.
And everybody gets the free burger.
That's the Mac attack. You know the routine.
111.84. Inside move Sutton again.
Breaks up.
Well, one thing about this Magic offense, Jack, the last 5 or 6 ball games, they've really put points on the board. They are really starting to click, and I think talking with Brian and the rest of the guys before the game, it has less to do with what they've been doing offensively, but more so at the other end of the floor.
Oh, exactly right. Their defense forcing more and more turnovers and giving them a lot of opportunities for easier, higher percentage shots in the open floor.
Brooks Thompson the steal. He tumbles into the Philadelphia bench.
Sixer ball.
And Philly
seconds to shoot.
maintains possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 4:50 left in the game. D-Rock almost stolen from Thompson.
Well, he forced the foul. Oh, no, Donald gets the foul. I thought he forced LaSalle Thompson to commit the foul.
And that's his first personal 4th team foul here in the 4th quarter. 111-86. Goose, if you would, as we move toward the month of March, analyze the Eastern Conference for us. Where do the Magic stand? I know all about their record and all of that, but where do they really stand as far as the power in the East? And is this the ball club to beat in the Eastern Conference?
Well, I think Chicago right now is the team to beat, but I think for the Magic, they still have to prove they can win some games away from this building.
Darrell Armstrong.
I don't think there's any question that this team behind Chicago is in a race with Chicago as the premier team in the East. But I think still the Magic have to get the same kind of dominance or close to it on the road away from this building, because they're going to lose some here during the playoffs. So they're going to have to find a way to win some away from this building. And
well, they won a tough game last time out on the road in Miami. It'll be a hostile environment tomorrow night as well. Market Square Arena, as Brooks Thompson reaches in after the miss and commits the foul. The Magic have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double figures. Everyone who has played has scored at least 1 point on the night. 31 Magic assists on 46 field goals, a real telling statistic.
Joe Wolf at the table, and he might come in for AB, who has had a big game.
And Little Penny's throwing a victory party.
And substitution number 12, Joe Wolf, replacing Brian Shaw.
Joe Wolf for Brian Shaw now. 114.92.
That's a great sign, isn't it? That's beautiful. Well, Vanessa, I don't know where she gets all of her ideas for signs, but she comes with a new one every night.
Yeah, I think they own a sign company, don't they, over at Fort Canaveral?
They might.
I think that's how they get all that stuff done. But they do a great job. Very enthusiastic. They've been here from day one. Brooks Thompson. Again, tallies 2. won 16-92. Hard foul there sends Dumas to the line. Well, friends, a reminder for you, our broadcast tonight is presented by the authority of the Magic, and it's intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, and or other use of the picture, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Magic and Sunshine Network is prohibited. Dumas with a deuce. 116-93. The Magic led this thing by 31 at halftime. Really won it in the first 5 minutes. And they led 33-16 after one, 64-33 at the half, 94-60 after 3. And Philly creeping back here just to make it respectable with 2:58 to go in Orlando. Darrell Armstrong, from the seat of his pants, commits the foul. And I believe we will have a timeout, but only because we have to have one. 2:52 left in our fourth quarter. Let's see if they make them take. Magic take timeout. 116-93. The Magic on their way to their 28th home win in a row tonight. Well, record still standing from the 1940s. Hopefully this game won't go to 5 overtimes. If it does, it would be a huge, huge story.
And we might get to the free throws attempted and made.
There's young Horace Grant and old Horace Grant. Giving Dad some advice. And happy 8th birthday. Young man has stuck this game out. A long, long night for the 76ers. A lot of long faces on that Philadelphia bench, but a lot of smiles on Orlando's side as they have done something that has not been done in over 49 years. 28 wins in a row. That's amazing.
Quite large.
Well, Trevor Ruffin, Jack, very quietly has had a big game. He's scored 28 points, 17 of those here in the fourth quarter. Well-traveled player, Greece, Laker camp, Suns, was selected by Vancouver in the expansion draft. Didn't want to play there. Instead, signed with Philadelphia. 116-95. Darrell Armstrong, nifty move. Couldn't get the shot off. Joe Wolf with a rare mistake. Here's Sutton in the front court. Brooks Thompson picks in play. And the Magic come back 3-on-3. Now Brooks waits for a little help.
And let some time run. I know it's hard to do with this unit on the floor because this is their opportunity to get in the scorebook.
Darrell turns the corner and lays it in. Sutton on the left side of the floor beats the Magic defense back up the floor.
I don't think the Magic will hold this team to under 100. But I think this unit of reserves have done a good enough job to hold on to the lead.
Joe Wolf keeps on moving. Oh, AB trying to hammer that home. It was in the cylinder. He looks over at Shaq, gives him the eye from the bench, says, hey, that's a play only Superman can make. Don't even try it, AB.
Well, they caught him for offensive goal, Jimmy.
But he is the subway sub of the game tonight. AB with 10 points off the Magic bench, 5 of 8 from the field. Donald Royal with the rebound. 1:25 left in this ball game tonight. Darrell Armstrong for 3. Couldn't touch it up. So the Magic charter tonight will be a very, very happy one.
Yeah, I think it'll be happy, but I think guys will definitely be calm and under control because yeah, you can celebrate this victory. You can celebrate what you have done, but it's only one step the Magic will want to take this year. And that, of course, is getting back to the finals. So I think they understand what is still ahead of them this week. So I don't think you'll hear a whole lot of celebration on the plane.
And I think it's important, too, for the Magic to adopt that same mental attitude in Indiana tomorrow night that they took with them down to Miami.
Right.
Walk on the floor with an arrogance, confidence, a cockiness, if you will, an assuredness that really has been missing from time to time on the road this year. You have to play that way away from home, don't you?
No, exactly right. You have to be ready to play. You have to go in there thinking serious business in order to win that ball game. And why they are fouling, I do not know. Hey, by the way, John Stockton
12,
tonight needs just one steal to tie Maurice Cheeks. We showed Maurice earlier in the ball game. That game has already started. Picked up a couple quick fouls, and he's sitting on the bench right now, but I think that record will fall.
Yeah, Stockton has 2,309 steals. Maurice Cheeks 2,310 over his great career. And Utah at home tonight taking on the Boston Celtics. 118-100. We are mercifully under a minute.
How many fouls do you think we'll have in this period? I was in the 40-some seconds left. That's one. And
second, first in the last 2 minutes.
Sixers not over the limit yet.
First in the last 2 minutes. Armstrong against Alston. That's an interesting matchup. He blows by on the baseline. But LaSalle Thompson, who's had a good game, picks it off. Sutton feeds Dumas, who lays it in. So the Magic are in the record books. 28 straight wins at home. They're 35th in a row, and next they take aim at the Boston Celtics. Joe Wolf hits again.
Yeah, the Magic had to take one shot. But Brooks Thompson almost committed another foul, and I think had he done that, everyone on the Magic bench would have let him have it, but Earl Armstrong knocks down the three to close out the scoring.
123-104 is the final score. A game that wasn't as close as the score would indicate. So the Magic take care of business at home. They break the NBA record of 27 in a row at home. And now head to Indiana. Indeed, it was a win for the books. A blowout victory over the Philadelphia 76ers.